Slack attack.
Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Attack, your first stop for strategic Starfield gameplay. And before we start pushing back into the main quest line, we're going to start pushing hard into the main quest line, starting with the old neighborhood. But before we do that, I want to set up an amp farm. Some of you might be familiar with this. I'm not doing this as an XP or money farm. I'm just doing this because I want a big batch of amp so that we can run around with reckless abandon and basically use amp with reckless abandon. What's amp, Slack? Amp is this. Okay? Increases your movement speed by 35% for 2 minutes and 2 times jump height for 2 minutes. And as we're doing some of the main quests, we're going to be doing a lot of running around. This is going to be incredibly useful. So it'd be nice to have like a big batch, like say 100 amp at our disposal, so that we can just use it anytime we like without having to worry about using up our supply. Okay, so that's the whole point of this. I just want to point out something that I forgot to point out in the previous video was our cargo space in our newly designed Star Eagle. Okay, cargo space is a whopping 4,350 kilograms. Okay, the default is around 2,000 and change, and we have the payload skill maxed out, and we added some cargo holds as well. And another thing, I did a little insert and showed this before, but also adding Vasco as a crew member increased our shield. The default, I believe, is 760, and our shield is increased up to 912. That's along with adding an extra power bar. Okay, so instead of 29 power, we now have 30 power. All right, so that's that. All right, so let's get to it. Amp farm. First of all, we are here at New Atlantis. This is exactly where we want to be. Let's go outside. Actually, this starts with going to our newly created research lab on our fully loaded Star Eagle. So back to the research lab. Okay, we cannot make amp yet because we have not done the research. Here at Pharmacology, Performance Enhancement 1. We have to complete this research in order to discover how to create amp and red trench at a pharmaceutical lab. Right, so to complete the research, all you need is 2 argon, 2 tetrafluorides, and 2 metabolic agents. Since we're finished with grab jumping, we've got payloads maxed out. Okay, so galloping around or max jumper, or rather, what's the word? Grab jumping around the galaxy to get resources manually, which is what I was doing before, is less important now because we're not going to get any benefits from grab jumping. So let's just go buy these resources. It's just 2 of each, and we can do it here. I only need tetrafluorides. You might need all 3, 2 of each, and these can be easily found at Jemison Mercantile.
Hello.
And let's just use up an amp to do this. There you go. Punch it, Chewie.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Test that jump height. Whee! Okay, here we are at Jemison Mercantile, and you should be able to get all the ingredients
If you
here.
don't see what you want, if it belongs on your ship, oh, please take a.
Buy resources. Looking for 2 argon. She's got plenty of argon. 2 metabolic agents. And she's got plenty of metabolic agents. I only need 1 tetrafluoride, and she typically has tetrafluorides. And there they are. I'm going to buy a few, just in case. There you go. That's all I need. Okay, so you get all those there, and you complete your research just like that.
Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
Back to the ship. Back to the research lab. Pharmacology, performance enhancement, tetrafluorides, and the research is complete. Now we can make amp. Yeah, that's all we're going to do for now. We can do other things, but that's all we're going to do for now. Now that we can make amp, slide on over to the pharmaceutical lab. And you see, amp requires 1 argon, 2 argon, 1 metabolic agent, and 1 toxin. We can make 11 amp right now. But we want to set up a farm so that... Sorry, we can make 5 amp right now. We want to set up a farm so we can make as many as we like. Just have a steady supply. Let's go do that right now. So we need a steady supply of argon, toxin, and metabolic agent. This can be found right here on this planet, on Jemison. Show resources. Showing resources. And I'm looking for a specific patch of just referring to the Major Slack Research and Development. My notes say, look for funny angular patch of argon in the northern hemisphere below slotted patch of lead. Whoops. I see the slotted, there it is. This is what I call, see the slot down here? This is the slotted patch of lead. And here's the funny angular patch of argon. Alright, and what you want to do is put your cursor, see this curve right here? Put your cursor right there. Doesn't have to be exact. It's close enough for rock and roll. Click on it, and it should say coniferous forest. As long as it says coniferous forest, land. Okay, let's get up. Have a nap to get the well-rested bonus. Probably want to wait till early morning so that you have good light to do this, because we're going to be doing a lot of scanning. So it's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We want to wait till 4 in the morning, plus 4, say 16, 17 local hours will do it. I'll just skip ahead. Alright, let's get into the great outdoors. Bring up your scanner. You are looking to 100% 2 plants. One of them is spiral creeper, and the other one is tufted snow willow. And of course, Major Slack has landed somewhere, so of course the ship lands. This is absolutely uncanny. How many times the ship lands every time I come like to any part of a planet. Okay, so once again, that would be another one. Quiet, G, we're doing a walkthrough here. Okay, that would be spiral creeper and tufted snow willow. Let's get busy. And I made some amp. Let's just crank it down. Speed things up. Here we go. Nope, wrong one. Might as well do that. This with tufted snow willow. There's one. And might as well collect from them. That's not one of it, just did that for good measure. Here's the spiral creeper. Those are the 2 you're looking for, spiral creeper and tufted snow willow. If you can't find any, you can always jump up in the air and boost, look around, look for anything highlighted in blue, and go get it. Go scan it. Look for anything highlighted in blue. Okay, I don't really want these glossy stickweeds. Okay, I ran out of gas. Let's just slow down. Here's the toughest snow willow. Here we go. Here's another one. Okay, so we 100%ed that broad leaf thingy. Still looking for more toughest snow willows. There we go. And I think my amp wore off. Let's crank down some more amp. Okay, we did full circle around the ship. Let's go around the other side here. Whoop. Thought the game crashed there. %. And I'm out of gas. Let's slow down. Here we go. This looks like toughest snow willow, and this should 100% it. That's it. Now we're just looking for the spiral creeper thingy. There we go. More spiral creeper. I suppose just scan everything so that I can easily spot what I haven't scanned by just looking for the blue. Did I forget to collect from this? Okay, spiral creeper, come on, give it to me. Baby needs new shoes, let's go. Here we go. There's another one. 71%, we're getting there. There's another one. 86%. Need one or two more. Come on, one more. Give me one more of the game. Come on. I think I see one. Done and done. There we go. We're good to go. Spiral creeper 100%, toughest snow willow 100%. Alright. Back to the ship. Now, all we have to do is go to a place where there's argon and water. Show resources. And I would recommend simply going to the North Pole. Right here. Go right in this big patch of argon, and there should be, as you can see, it's surrounded by water. So this would indicate that this is basically a big patch of water with a little smaller patch of argon superimposed on top. So this whole area is both argon and water. Perfect. All right. And I believe I forgot to top off my minerals from the Bezel 3B outpost after the last leveling up session. So let me just go back there and do that. We're going to need some aluminum and whatnot to build extractors, greenhouses, etc., and so on and so forth. Okay, let me start by building, let's say, 30 adaptive frames. Using the resources here at this greenhouse, or this outpost. You cannot use this because it is glitched, okay? So all we have to do is just quick save and quick load, that'll fix that. There we go. Just gonna make, say, 30. That's all. And we're gonna go grab a nice supply of nickel, iron, cobalt, and aluminum. Top off the resources. Okay, so cobalt, let's say 50. I don't think we even need any cobalt, but let's just grab it anyways for other purposes. 50. 50 nickel. Aluminum you tend to go through a lot of, so let's go, let's grab, say, 120 aluminum. And iron, you tend to go through a little more of that as well, so let's say 75 iron. Done and done. Let's send that to the ship. Resources. Well, we got a bunch of resources. Let's send all the resources to the ship. There we go, so we're not overloaded, and I've still got a whole bunch of weapons on me, that's okay. Yeah, I know I could have fast traveled to the ship, but whatever. That's not where I want. I want to go back to Jemison. And to our landing area here at the North Pole. Alright. Beautiful spot to set up an outpost. As you can see, we have argon and we have water. Plunk that down. Skip that. Skip that. And just want to make sure that we have greenhouses available. Yes, we do. Very good. Bring it on back to extractor argon. Zoom it out. Find the vein. Plunk that down. There's another ship landing. There is our outpost beacon. And we're going to need about 20 power. We're getting lots of good power from wind here. So let's set up, say, 4 of these wind turbines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. And put an argon extractor, or rather container. Let's put a solid container. Argon. What is that? I know you can tell what kind of resource it is by the shape of the container, but this is another way. If you forget what a resource is, just go up to it and you can just like zoom in with your... What in the world? How come I don't have the... Oh, I looked at the Deadeye. Where is my Razorback? There we go. Yeah. Any weapon with a scope, and just like zoom in like that. And you can see clearly pressurized gas. Okay, so it's obviously a gas. Just in case you forget what kind of resource it is, just go up to the container and it always says. Right, so we need a gas storage. Like I said, let's put that right near the outpost beacon. There you go. Modify. Hook it up. We have argon. Right, let's set up greenhouses. Build mode, greenhouses. We need 2 of them. Let's also set these up kind of close. 1 there. And 1 there. They need water. Let's go back to extractors. We have the choice between water vapor or straight water. The water extractors are going to be more, what's the word, efficient. So let's set 1 up for each. 1 on this side and 1 over here on this side. Modify and then hook up the water container to each greenhouse. So set a line from this one to here, and set a line from this one to here. Okay, so both the greenhouses are supplied with water, as you can see. Let's look on the card, it says 1-to-1 water. And finally, these are solid, so let's set up 2 solid containers. Just stick that right there. And another one. And then go back to modify and hook up each greenhouse to the container. Hook up that one. And you may notice that it's missing water now. That's no big deal. Okay, so each greenhouse is hooked up to the container. All we have to do is just wait for the water to catch up. We could do that by simply going back to bezel 3B. Because there, 1 hour equals 57 hours universal time. And let the water extractors catch up to the needs of the greenhouse. Okay, wait 1 hour. Did I get frostbite? I just got frostbite. I was just here for like a second. Dude, come on. And back to Alpha Centauri. Jemison. And our outpost here on the North Pole. Whoops, the game crashed on me. So I had to redo everything. One thing I totally forgot to do was set the outpost up, or the greenhouse up. So both of them are set to metabolic agent. I reset, I set up, like the game crashed just before I started setting up the outpost, unfortunately, so I had to set the whole thing up again. So I just repeated everything. I did the exact same thing, okay? 2 greenhouses, 1 water extractor to each greenhouse. There you go, and each greenhouse going to a solid container, except I forgot to set one of the greenhouses to toxin. So they're both producing metabolic agent. So I'm going to have to reset one of them and then go wait again and then get to metabolic agent. But as you can see, it only takes one water extractor. And as you can see, we have plenty of water now. All I did was, like I said, went back to Bezel 3B, waited an hour, and each greenhouse has plenty of water. So a number of you were saying, no, you need to set up 2 or 3 water extractors to each greenhouse. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is just go somewhere like Bezel 3B or Venus, wait 1 hour, and everything's fine. And one water extractor will produce plenty of water for each greenhouse. Okay, so let's land, and as you can see, I've got full resources here. Lots of argon, lots of metabolic agent, and whoops, I forgot to set one of the greenhouses to toxic. So let's go do that now. And you do that going up to the console right here, and you get to choose what it is. See, this one's currently going to metabolic agent. Basically, all the plants we 100% is we have a choice. But we want it to go to toxin though. Okay, so this is now producing toxin. So now we have to wait another hour again at Bezel 3B to get these to fill up. So let me just, I'm overloaded, so let me just dump these resources into the ship. All those resources into the ship. And let me just do a quick save just in case the game crashes again. And these containers are empty, so let's just go back to Bezel 3B, wait an hour, get those to fill up, and then we'll be in business. Come on now, game, behave. Some of you, a number of you have mentioned that the game has been a lot more buggy and crashy since the last patch. I would have to agree. It has been a little more buggy and crashy since the last patch. So yeah, once again, it wasn't broke, but then they fixed it and now it's broken. Where were we going back to? Alpha Centauri. And the outpost. Nope. That's the one. Now go there without crashing, game. Come on, who loves you? Come on. Who's a good game? Come on. Come on now. Come on, you can do it. Who's a good game? Come on. Atta boy. Who's a good game? I am, that's right. You're a good game, aren't you? And this one is not... It's only a 1 metabolic agent. What did I do wrong? Did one of my lines get broken? This happens sometimes. This one is out of water. Oh, the line got broken. This happens sometimes. See, the water line got broken for some reason. Okay, integrity is good. Integrity is good. I've noticed that happens sometimes. So let's just double check this. This is indeed set to toxin. Could just build a bed and wait here. Okay, I'll just skip ahead. I'm going to wait 24 just to test this without having to rush back and forth from Bezel 3B. There we go. And it is filling up. Attaboy. Attaboy. Here's a good container. Now give me some toxin. Attaboy. There we go. Let's grab all that. We're in business. We're in business. we got a crap ton of amp. And we have an amp farm. And you can expand this. Add more containers, add more greenhouses, water lines, etc. Etc. rather. So there's a simple amp farm. You could add a ton more containers and turn it into an XP money farm, because amp weighs very little. So you could like carry thousands of amp on you and go sell them. But I just wanted it for the amp itself. So let's just go back to the ship. Use the pharmaceutical lab and crank out a huge supply of amp so that we can crank through these missions, these main missions. Whenever there's a lot of running around to do, just crank up some amp and away we go, right? Pharmaceutical lab. 65 amp. Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right. Don't you forget it. All we have to do is wait for some more argon to come in. So I got plenty of the other. Let me just go out and grab some argon. I forgot to fill up on that. Should be a good supply. Yep, it's green. Here you go. What's your story? Filling up the toxin? There's a good one. Filling up with the metabolic agent. Make sure all the water lines are good. Yep, all the water lines are still good. Lots of water. Lots of water. Everything's good. It's good. Still lots of space. I'm gonna make some more amp. Lots of amp. I like amp. Amp is fun. There we go. We can make tons of amp. Let's make another 75. There you go. So there's your amp farm. So unlike adaptive frames and isocentered magnets, amp weighs very little. See, it only weighs 1/10 of a kilo. Got 144 amp, but that's only 14 pounds of amp. Or 14 kilos of amp. Done and done. So there's your amp farm. That's how to set up an amp farm. Like I said, you can expand it with more containers and greenhouses and turn it into a real XP money farm, but I just did it for the amp itself. That's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. We're going to get back into the main quest line and start pushing through it, starting first thing next video. Hey, my name is Major Slack, and I approve this video. If you do too, please give the old Slackster a big old thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. Alright, see you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.